Thank you, David. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, as David says, I'm keen to focus for a few minutes on support as a key driver at Sage. And as David says, I'll talk to how connected services plays to that. Before I do that, I've heard a lot of people questioning whether, after a few good years, support at Sage is now ex-growth. And I know some of you worry about that. I read observations, for example, that premium support is now 2/3 of all support contracts and that renewal rates at 81% are high but can't really go any further. Those sort of observations. It's worth bearing in mind that that premium support penetration number is, of course, a volume number, the percentage of, by volume, of premium contracts over the total contract base. In reality, and increasingly, this belies, I think, where growth has come from, and I want to try and demonstrate that over the next couple of minutes. Consider our entry-level business in Spain, Sage SP. Over the last 5 years, it has grown support revenues 10% compound. At the same time, the contract units themselves have been pretty flat. Interestingly, in this particular business, all of the contracts it sells would be considered to be premium contracts, such as the maturity of the model. So that delta between the revenue growth and relatively flat unit growth is, of course, explained by a phenomenal performance by colleagues in Spain in shifting contracts to higher premium levels. So when you analyse the growth, as we've done in the bar chart here, pure volume was driving just sort of 18% of that growth over the period. The other components being pure price increases and, most significantly, the mix effect associated with further premiumisation. This slide talks to that premiumisation. The Spanish have consistently driven premium support to new tiers and successfully moved their customers along this path. Note the addition to David's earlier point of connected services as you move up the tiers in terms of the content of these contracts. But actually, aside from connected services, I would still stress that we see support as a growth driver quite separately from connected services. Now, a number of you have heard me talk about Spain before in this regard, and I'm sure one or two of you are thinking, well, come on, Spain's played this game out, hasn't it? It's already optimised. Well, we would disagree. In particular, Santiago, who runs the Spanish business, would disagree with that. But let's shift the same analysis. Let's flip it to North America, and in particular the US. Because in the US, the concept, the premium support concept, is at its comparative infancy. So, as the graph shows for Peachtree, revenues correlating much more closely to volume, with occasional pure price increases adding making a favourable contribution to revenue growth. So we believe this represents a huge opportunity to Sage. And what are we doing about that? Well, we're making good progress. Here is the business care support proposition for Peachtree. And you can see some of the similarities here to Spain. But the reality is there's a long way to go. And the evidence for this, as we compare these two businesses, is that the average value of the SP contract has increased 58% between 2006 and 2010, whilst the Peachtree contract has increased by 18% on average over that same period. So you can expect this area to be a key focus for Pascal Ouillon, bringing, as he does, many years of experience running our French business, where this model has been at the heart of much of the growth we've seen there. So with that, I'll just hand back to David.
So, as we've discussed, we can grow our revenues by attracting new customers, selling add-on products and connected services, as well as upgrades to existing customers, and indeed by growing our support revenues, as Paul has just described. The fourth way we can grow our business is by entering new high-growth market segments. And in this regard, we will be discussing later this afternoon how well we now feel our healthcare business is positioned in order to benefit from the upcoming technology adoption cycle in this key market. In addition, we will be looking to add new businesses to our group that can leverage our customer base, our distribution, our brand, and indeed our infrastructure. We are actively looking for adjacent applications and services that we know SMEs find attractive. Having touched on some of the elements of our web strategy and discussing its contribution to organic revenue growth, I just wanted to spend a few minutes outlining our approach to the web and the choices we are making at this point in time. Connected services is a term we're using to describe a range of web-based services that deliver additional value to our existing customers. They typically integrate with a Sage solution and are normally paid for either as a subscription or through the transaction the connected service enables. In some cases, they will be made available to customers under premium support contracts. So, connected services are indeed a driver of the upsell opportunity in our support contracts business, as Paul has just described. Some existing examples of connected services in our portfolio include our email marketing services for our CRM products, an e-filing service we're offering our French customers, and an online fundraising service we deliver to our not-for-profit customers in North America. Almost all our businesses now offer some form of mobile access to on-premise accounting data as a connected service. Sage has developed some of these connected services, and indeed some are partner-owned and sold by Sage under distribution agreements. For small businesses, we're tending to follow a local strategy for the development and sourcing of connected services. However, we do share some connected services across multiple countries. For example, our Spanish and German businesses offer the same anti-spam, antivirus solution. For mid-market, more of the connected services are common across multiple countries. So connected services add value to existing largely on-premise products and are sold on a subscription or a transaction-based pricing model. Online business solutions, on the other hand, are web-based applications that can be a connected service, but which are more typically complete web-based solutions that can stand alone. For now, we are finding that where small businesses want an online solution, they benefit from a multi-tenant approach, with a solution built specifically and native to the web. Such solutions deliver the full SaaS benefits to customers of subscription-based pricing, no hardware to manage, frequent releases and seamless upgrading. They do not offer, however, the opportunity for deep customization, but this is, again, entirely consistent with the on-premise software world where small businesses have historically tended to buy shrink-wrap products. In addition to delivering significant benefits to our customer, this approach also makes applications far more cost-effective and efficient for Sage to deliver. So in this segment of the market, we are building new multi-tenant solutions offering the benefits I've just talked about. Examples include Sage One, Conta Online in Spain, Billing Boss, Pastel My Business, Sage Pay Facile in France, and Einfach Loan. And we'll be spending time later today to give you some further insight into some of these solutions this afternoon. For larger customers, particularly in the mid-market, the attributes of our existing products still resonate strongly with customers in the online world. These attributes include rich functionality, flexibility, deep domain knowledge, and a strong channel, providing a critical on-the-ground service. In addition, customers are seeking to protect many years of their investment, and indeed our investment, in the intellectual property that those products represent. So our strategy is not to rewrite our existing mid-market applications for the web. Instead, we are making available hosted or cloud-based versions of many of our existing on-premise solutions that allow customers to take advantage of some of the benefits of SaaS-based solutions, such as subscription-based pricing and the ability to not have to manage hardware, but also giving them the flexibility of being able to upgrade when it suits them, and also able to customize products as they should require it. We also find this is the preferred model for our partners, some of whom are already themselves delivering hosted versions of our products. Examples of solutions that we can deliver in the cloud under a subscription-based model are ACPAC and SalesLogix, and later you will see 2 videos from partners talking specifically about their experiences with these products. It's important to remember, though, that across our business we still see the vast majority of demand by new customers favouring on-premise over SaaS. However, with the introduction of solutions such as Sage One, Pastel My Business and Billing Boss, we're clearly acknowledging that some customers prefer the SaaS option. In small business, we still think it's some way into the future before existing customers see the need to replace their existing on-premise solution with a SaaS-based alternative. For now, those customers are more interested in leveraging their existing applications through the addition of web-based connected services. For mid-market ERP, we feel that cloud-based versions of our existing portfolio is what customers will want, if indeed they want an alternative to on-premise. So, in summary, we feel the business is extremely well positioned to grow by offering new web-based services to our customers, by winning new customers with our well-regarded portfolio of on-premise and growing range of web-based solutions, and through increasing our subscription-based revenues. We believe the web itself provides us with an extraordinary opportunity to deepen the relationship we have with our customers, which will fuel the continued growth of our business. Thank you for listening. With that, I'd like to hand over to Himanshu, who will discuss connected services in more detail.